Good morning, fellow Malaysians. This is Matthias Chang, once again from Future Fast Forward. In my address to you this morning, I would like to focus on one person and one person only. The hypocrite and the false leader in the person of Anwar Ibrahim. And I would like to show to all of you that the entire history of Anwar Ibrahim as a politician is one of saying one thing and doing another. And he speaks with a forked tongue, if I may bother to cliche, right, from the Native Americans in America. And there's a famous quotation which I will share with you soon enough, that even if you speak in silence in the back room, behind closed doors, the lying DNA, the hypocritical DNA will be revealed no matter what happens. No matter how much effort you want to camouflage or hide away the truth, it will be revealed. Okay? So this quotation is from the Holy Scripture, but I think it's very pertinent and describes very well Anwar Ibrahim. If I may share with you. Okay? Right. Why do I call Anwar Ibrahim a hypocrite and a political chameleon? I think there's a wrong spelling, I think, in the political chameleon. I think so. Anyway, right. Doesn't matter. The quotation is, "For there is nothing covered that will not be revealed, nor hidden that will not be known. Therefore, whatever spoken in the dark will be heard in the light, and whatever have been spoken in the ear in inner rooms will be proclaimed on the rooftops or housetops." Right? This quotation reveals that you can never hide your true DNA, your true self. If you're a liar, your lies will expose you in due course. If you're a hypocrite, your hypocrisy will be exposed. Now, why do I say that? On June 9, Anwar Ibrahim issued a press statement criticizing our Prime Minister, that in a meeting there was an audio recording of a meeting, right, wherein it was alleged that Tan Sri Muhyiddin was intended to entice UMNO members to cross over to Bersatu. Okay? And this was a recording purportedly made on the 23rd February, right? Day before Tun Mahathir announced his resignation as Prime Minister and as Chairman of Pakatan Harapan. Day before. And Tun was present. Okay? Now, Anwar was aghast that Tan Sri Muhyiddin attempted to entice UMNO to cross over to Bersatu, as if it's so abhorrent, right? So disgusting. And he's so pure, he will not do such thing. But prior to 9 June statement by Anwar Ibrahim, was not Tun Mahathir enticing members of UMNO to cross over? Some were former ministers in the cabinet of Najib Razak. Why did not Anwar condemn Tun Mahathir? One of them was Mustafa Muhammad, all right, a former minister, and now also a minister in the cabinet of Tan Sri Muhyiddin Yassin. He was silent. Why? Because he thought that by getting more crossovers, he would have a so-called majority, right, to remain in power. So when it suits him, he will accept the crossover. When it doesn't suit him, he will condemn. Now let's go back to what happened in 2008. Remember, after the election in 2008, BN lost 5 states, and the total majority was slashed, okay, to a simple majority. And Anwar Ibrahim boasted that he would have 30 to 40 MPs crossing over from Barisan Nasional, from Sabah. Okay? That time, in 2008, in order to topple the BN government of Pakla, he was willing to entice by various means crossover of Barisan Nasional MPs. So way back in 2008, he has already been shown, all right, as an opportunist himself. He didn't mind enticing, and he boasted, all right, by 16 September, he will be the Prime Minister of Malaysia. Now, let me just tell you what happens, okay? The hypocrisy. This is a Star newspaper reporting dated 29th August 2012, okay? Way after the 2008 election. But I want to explain to you and show to you the hypocrisy of the then Pakatan Rakyat and Pakatan Harapan. Okay? That time, Lim Guan Eng, while the Chief Minister of Penang, all right, was adamant the Penang state government will pass the anti-hopping law in Penang. All right? Against any change, any hopping of one part to another. Okay? Because he wanted to preserve his strength, his fiefdom in Penang. And was very worried whether his own people will cross over to BN and he would be toppled in Penang as Chief Minister, as happened in Perak. However, what Guan Eng says totally contradicts his own father, Lim Kit Siang. I could read to you now, if I may, what was reported in Star newspaper. It is ironic that while DAP stalwart Lim Kit Siang and other senior members were in Sabah with opposition leaders Datuk Sri Anwar Ibrahim to welcome two defectors from Barisan Nasional into the Pakatan Harapan fold, back in Penang, the DAP wants to table an anti-hopping law. Right? Father says one thing, son says nothing. Kit Siang even praised the two MPs, Datuk Sri Wilfred Bumburing of Tuaran and Datuk Sri Lajim Ukin of Beaufort for crossing over to Pakatan. Kit Siang and the entire Pakatan camp had, ahead of Anwar's September 16 fiasco in 2008, supported his attempt to rope in at least 30 BN MPs to make up the 112 elected reps that the PKR Supreme Chief needed for a supreme majority to form the federal government. Okay? So, in 2008, there was an attempt, but failed, to bring 30 MPs from Barisan Nasional to cross over. Then in 2012, when two crossed over from Sabah, Kit Siang was, exuberant, happy, and praised the defection of two MPs. All right, together with Anwar. But Guan Eng, all right, was frightened. He condemned anti-hopping and wanted to pass legislation in Penang to prevent such a situation happening. So now, what I said to you, we don't know actually how true is the allegation, whether in fact there was such crossover or attempt crossover. But anyway, Kit Siang says in this report by DAP, at least 30 Barisan MPs will cross over in 2008. Okay? And was supportive of Anwar's effort to do that. However, in August 27th, 2014, Anwar was a plaintiff in the case suing the then foreign minister, okay, for defamation, okay, and under cross-examination, this is what Anwar says, that he wanted and wrote to the Prime Minister then, Pak Lam, to convene a special parliamentary sitting to test if he commands the confidence of the majority of MPs. Under cross-examination by the counsel for Hanifa. One of the methods you employed was to say you have got the numbers when in actual fact that you did not. Anwar replied, if I did not have the numbers, I would have written to the Prime Minister asking him to convene a special parliamentary sitting. Okay? And then, in that cross-examination, he confirms that he had 40 members of parliament from Barisan Nasional crossing over to Pakatan Rakyat, then 2A. But in 214 case, he said he would not reveal the names of the 40 MPs which he has in his pocket for crossing over so that he can be the Prime Minister. Okay. So Anwar alleged 40 in court testimony. But the MPs will cross over to join him so that he will be the Prime Minister. Of course, he was not. He didn't get the 40. But Xiang says about 30. Can you see that even the numbers of two leading members of Pakatan Rakyat, DAP di Xiang, mentioned about 30. Okay? Whereas Anwar, in testament in court, says that he has 40. Okay? 40. So if he can't be sure in 2-8 whether he could swing Barisan Nasional MPs to cross over, of course he failed, that's why Barisan Nasional was still in power. But the important thing is the tactic. He conjured a figure that he would have the majority and demanded Parliament be convened to test whether the Prime Minister had the majority. Pause here. That was a tactic he used in 2008. Sounds familiar, is it? It's the same tactic now he's using in February. After he could not convince the Agong that he had a majority, and Agong rejected his bid to be a Prime Minister on the grounds he had a majority when he did not, he was denied by the Agong of being made the Prime Minister of Malaysia. Then what happens? He and Tun Mahathir pakat. Previously, he and DAP pakat. But in 2020, Anwar and Tun Mahathir pakat to mislead the whole country. They have a majority. And they want to convene Parliament to test, to have a vote of no confidence, you see? But Anwar, being a liar and hypocrite, must have forgotten what he said in 2008. And the method he's using now is a repeat of what he did in 2008. And I can show you, as in 2008, he will fail. Because he didn't have the numbers. Alright? He didn't have the numbers. But he will try and mislead. One way or another. And then, previously, he and Kit Siang demanded that Parliament must be convened and debate, right, about the rescue package announced by the Prime Minister. Right, to overcome the crisis, the COVID-19 crisis, and the economic financial crisis that is a consequence of COVID-19. And I said to the idiot, Xiang, why in February and March are you demanding that there should be debate in May, alright, of the rescue package already implemented, alright, months earlier? And I demanded from Kit Siang and Anwar and the Pakatan Harapan and Tun, if you have any good suggestions, say it now. Tell it now to the country. And see whether the government would implement if their proposal was correct and effective. They kept quiet. And I use the analogy that if you are drowning in the river and you're shouting for help, rescue, They are telling you, wait till Parliament convenes in May, then I will help you when you're drowning. Can you see? They take it seriously. That nothing. There was no Pakatan Harapan meeting that was convened to even address the COVID-19 and the financial crisis that would follow from COVID-19. And this was proven true in my previous video. I said that they're all lies because a statement issued by the Pakatan Harapan PKR Communications Director Famil Fazil, okay, in a statement says that there was a special meeting on Sunday, May 31st, okay, about COVID-19 and the impact of the Malaysian society. Can you imagine? On May 31st, only then they had a meeting. And they said what? In that meeting, they discussed the effects of the movement's control order being far-reaching in terms of people's incomes and jobs. And the Central Leadership Council will work on drafting a few policies. These policies are related to the redeployment of labour, efforts to stimulate growth in severely affected sectors or high potential ones, solving problems related to access to education and other matters that involve the growth of the economy and the rise in interest. This is an idiot who gave a statement, all right, what happened during a meeting on the 31st of May. All right? So, it proves my point. Had they earlier, before May 31st, right, discussed and deliberate as to how to rescue the country from the crisis of COVID-19, they will announce it, isn't it? The fact that only on 31st May that the meeting shows they could be bothered. They were still conspiring, plotting Anwar, Mahathir, DP for power. Despite Agong saying, stop it, put the interests of the country first. Yet, on 9 June, okay, Anwar in a statement says he wants a special sitting in Parliament to debate on the package announced by the Prime Minister. Parliament is in July, you know? Next thing is in July. So if he had anything to say about COVID-19 and the financial rescue, and they had a meeting on 31st May, right? Why did he announce? What was discussed? Because he says, we're going to draft a few policies. What are these policies? You see, this idiot, this man, is incorrigible. He's a serial liar, hypocrite. He just wants to make noise, okay? And just recently, a couple of days ago, Tun Mahathir had a meeting with some of the leaders of Pakatan Harapan in his house, right? And then, recently, a day or two, they all convened in the Pakatan the PKR's headquarters, to meet with Anwar again. Again to what? To plot! How to get more MPs over, right? So-called to secure the majority in Parliament and thereby toppling the PN government. Can you see? This man is incorrigible. So I would say to all of you once again, right? Okay? It's about time we stop listening to this man, Anwar Ibrahim, a serial liar, right? A serial hypocrite, who has only one ambition, okay, to be the Prime Minister of Malaysia. All right, nothing else. He cares nothing. From February 23rd or rather February 24th to now, have you heard one word, one statement from him as now the opposition leader in Parliament? How you save Malaysia, all right, from the COVID-19 crisis, and how to uplift the economy. None. He criticized the initial package, 250 billion announced by the Prime Minister, in addition to and above the 20 billion announced by Tun Mahathir. All right, and now the new package, the shortened package. What was the criticism? Where and how, in his view, that what PM says is incorrect? Say so. But just we want to debate. Debate what? We must know beforehand whether you be deserved to be heard in Parliament at all. In fact, I think it's a waste of time. And I hope the PM government will have the political will to say, shut up. You scumbag, shut up. We're enough of you. Right? And Agong has the power under the Constitution, Article 55(2), to even prorogue the Parliament further. Because we are fed up. We're sick and fed up of this nonsense by this man. Look at his face, lah. Look at his face. Can you trust this man? And what he says? Right? They are still debating. He's still debating in the meeting in the PK headquarters. Who should be the Prime Minister? If all these people, it's called Pakatan Plus or Harapan Plus, whatever they call it, the PH Plus. Again, you see, they're still talking about premiership, not how to improve the government, to improve, right, the welfare of the country. This is disgusting. Disgusting. And therefore, I urge all of you, right, even though we are now on the stage of RMCO, recovery MCO, right, we should not let our guard down. We should be very alert that we cannot allow the Pakatan Harapan idiots, scumbags, liars, hypocrites, right, to mislead us, to divert us from our focus on our economy, on our lives, our safety. Okay. I'm only making this video is because I realized that many have forgotten. And Tun Mahathir used to say, mudah lupa, precisely. We forget what happened in 2008, the hypocrisy. When he says something, father said nothing. Dynasty, say father, son. Huh? Same thing. Tun Mahathir, Murki's father, son. Here, father, Anwar, daughter, Nurul. Can you see? Dynastic, feudal. And they want us to accept that this country needs, right, a feudal, right, organization, a feudal dynastic political setup to rule this country as if, right, they own this country, they own the political system. It's either their way or no way. It's very clear. So to my fellow Malaysians, I will end this very short video address to remind all of you, please, we are about to defeat COVID-19 and on a sure path of recovery. It will take some time, but there's a roadmap, there's a blueprint. And what they're afraid of, Tun Mahathir, Anwar Ibrahim, Lim Kit Siang, Natsabu, that if Tan Sri Muhyiddin Yassin is successful, they're finished. They're already finished. When PN government, all right, put our ship, the Malaysian ship, in good order and sail towards safe haven, they will be buried 6 feet underground. And the corpse is totally nailed down. They have no chance at all. And they will be forever, all right, shamed, right, down to the memory hole. This is what he's scared of. That's why I came out warning all of you. Desperate people will do desperate things. And I've sent out, before this video, with messages via WhatsApp, right? Saying that what's happening in America. How coups are planned under the cover of protests, peaceful protests. Those protests will be hijacked by coup plotters, and then violence will be ensued to topple governments. Don't be surprised this can happen in Malaysia. Don't be surprised. So I keep on saying, desperate people will do desperate things. Right? So, with this, may I remind of you, in time of crisis, you must surrender unconditionally to the will of Allah. Have absolute faith that He will defend, protect, and guide us in the work we do. For sure, we will triumph over these scumbags, these hypocrites, and we will prevail. For sure, we will prevail. With that, I thank you for your attention, and I hope you have a good day. You will recover your strength, your resilience, and get cracking now that we can go back to work, and let's all of us come together and do our part to revive our economy. Thank you very much.